Hey, what's up and welcome back to another build tutorial where today I'm going to show you how to build your own cinema in Minecraft. This features a large viewing room where many of your favourite films can be watched, alongside a popcorn and drink shop. And as always, before I start this tutorial, I'd really appreciate it if you consider giving that like button a little smash, and it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. But without me wasting any more time, let's start building. Here are all the materials that you will need for this cinema. And the plot land you will need is 29 by 26 blocks. So first up, I'm going to grab myself some black concrete to begin with. And then just come into this front left hand corner, just there. From this point, I'm going to go across 1 and then up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on that block, I'm just going to place one bit of black concrete there to begin with. I'm just going to extend that up so it's 5 blocks high in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should have a pillar of 5 there. And the next, I'm going to leave a gap of 4, and then I'm going to place another 5 black concrete just there. And then this time, I'm going to leave a gap of 5 instead, and I'm placing another pillar of 5 just there. This bit is slightly bigger because that's going to be where the main entrance is going to go. And then again, I'm going to leave a gap of 4, and then place some black concrete, another gap of 4, place some black concrete, and another gap of 4, and finally placing some more black concrete. So you should end up just on the edge there. And then I'm just going to extend each of these points up so they're 5 blocks high in total. So if you've done this correctly so far, this second area here should have a gap of 5, where all the others should have gaps of 4. And then if we just come to the left hand side here, I'm going to leave a gap of 4 and then place another 5 black concrete, and then another gap of 4 and then another 5 black concrete there. And I'm just going to mirror that on the other side. So again, leaving a gap of 4, placing 5 black concrete, leaving a gap of 4, placing 5 black concrete just there. And then moving back to the left hand side here, just from this point, I'm going to place 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm just going to extend that up so it's 5 block high, level with everything else. I'm just going to mirror that on the other side. So again, placing 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just building this up so it's level with everything else. And then once those 2 walls have been built up, just come into the back here. From that point, I'm just going to build all the way along with this black concrete until I reach the other side there. And then I'm just going to build this whole row up so it's level with everything else. So this should be 5 blocks high. And the next up, just coming back to this front left section here. Just on this point, I'm going to add an extra bit of black concrete to begin with. And just going to the right of it, I'm just going to build this all the way across. Just until I reach this pillar on the other side there. And then going around, and then going to build this across until I reach the back wall. And then building this across, just extending that back wall up there. And then going around, finally just on this side, extending this little section across to meet back where we started. Just to build that wall up by another layer. So you should end up with something that looks like that. And the next up, I'm going to build this whole layer up by another 9 blocks. So starting from this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going to extend this going all the way around until I meet back where we started. So by the end, we should end up with this massive wall that we've built up. Next up, I'm now going to grab myself some grey concrete. And starting on the left hand side here, I'm just going to fill in all of these gaps in between each of these pillars. Next up, I'm now going to fill in all of these windows, and for that I'm going to grab myself some black stained glass panes. And I'm just coming over to the left hand side here, starting on this window, just going to fill this in. And then with the next window. And that'll complete that side. And then going around here, then filling in this first window to the left. And then I'm just going to leave this area, which is 5 blocks wide, empty there. And then I'm just going to fill in the rest of these windows. So the rest of these 5 just going around this little section there. And that'll leave you something that looks like this. And next up, I'm then going to move back to the grey concrete. I'm just going to fill in this whole area with all of it. And that'll complete the floor for our ground level. Next up, I'm now going to grab myself some red concrete. And first, just starting on the left hand side here, just in this hollow area. I'm just going to place 3 blocks coming out there. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm just going to extend both of these points up so they're 23 blocks high in total. So including this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then 23. And then doing the same thing on the other side. So again, 1, 2, 3, and etc. Counting this, so it's 23 blocks high in total. So just making sure that's level with the other wall that we made. And just going back down, just on this strip, just above the main entrance there, I'm just going to place 5 red concrete going across, and then extending that forward by another 2 rows. So you should end up with this kind of like H shape. And the next, moving back to the black concrete, I'm just going to place 1 block just in that corner there. So it should be like 1 block forward in that corner. And I'm just going to send that across. So we've got a row of 5 there. And then from that point, I'm going to build up another 15 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So it should be 1 block under these 2 red walls there. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So just building that up so it's level with that point there. Then I'm just going to bridge the top of these together. Just like that. And then I'm just going to fill in the rest of this hollow area with all this concrete. And that'll leave you something like that. And then coming back to the top, moving back to the red concrete. I'm just going to place a row of 3 on the left there and extend that across to meet with the other side. And the next, I'm now going to show you how to add the letters for our cinema sign. So for this, I'm going to grab myself some quartz. So I'm going to grab myself some smooth quartz slabs. And then I'm also going to grab myself some quartz blocks. And I'm also going to grab myself an iron trapdoor and a lever. Okay, so starting at the bottom, I'm going to make an A. So for that, I'm going to grab myself a smooth quartz slab. And just onto this block here, to the second one across, I'm just going to place 4 slabs going up there. Then I'm going to leave a gap and do the same thing on the other side there. Then I'm going to place 1 slab just in the middle at the top there, leaving half a block gap, and I'm placing another slab there, and that'll form our A. And the next 4 at M, this time moving to the smooth quartz block, I'm going to place 2 blocks there, and I'm going to place another one just on each side. And then I'm going to move to an iron trapdoor, and I'm just going to place 1 trapdoor underneath each smooth quartz there. And then if I temporarily just destroy the block behind each of those trapdoors, I'm just going to go to the other side here and find these holes. And then I'm just going to patch these back up. And then where those holes were, I'm going to add 2 levers. I'm going to flick them. And by doing that, that'll give us our M. And for the E, I'm going to move back to the smooth quartz slabs. And then going half block up, placing a row of 3 slabs to begin with. And then I'm going to place 2 quartz blocks on the left hand side there. And then moving back to the smooth quartz slabs, I'm going to place 2 set up top there, and another 2 just in the middle, and that'll give us our E. And for the M, 3.5 block up. I'm then going to place 1 slab just on each side there, followed by a block, and then another slab on top, and then just 1 slab in the middle at the top there. And for the I, leave another half block gap, and then going to place 1 super quartz slab on each side there, and then in the middle 2 quartz blocks, and then another slab on each side, and that'll give us an I. And then for the C, again another half block gap, and then 3 slabs going all the way across, followed by 1 quartz block there, and then another 3 slabs on top. So by doing that, that'll give us the letters to spell cinema for our sign. Next up, I'm now going to grab myself some white concrete, and starting on this left hand side here, just in this corner, I'm just going to place 2 white concrete there to begin with, and coming to the other side, placing another 2 in that corner there. And starting with this right side, I'm just going to extend this point, going all the way across, just until I'm 2 blocks out from the wall there. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So extending this across, just until I'm 2 blocks out from the wall there. And then going back to the right hand side, I'm just going to go around, and then I'm just going to extend this point all the way across this side. But this time just until I'm level with the black wall just here. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So just extending this point all the way across here until I'm level with the black wall just there. And then staying at the back here, this time just from this point here, I'm just going to place white concrete going all the way across, just until I meet with the other side just there. So this back point should only be 1 thick, whereas the other points on the sides and the front should all be 2 thick. And then sticking with the white concrete, coming back to the front, I'm going to place 2 in that corner there, and then I'm just going to place another 9 rows on top of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you've done that correctly, it should be 1 block above the main black wall around there. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So placing 2 white concrete in the corner there, and then placing another 9 after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just there. And then moving to the right hand side, I'm just going to extend this top point out, going all the way around this wall to meet up with these 2 points there. So I'm pretty much just replicating what I've done on the bottom here, but this time just doing it on this top part. So pretty much I'm just making a 2 thick loop going all the way around this black wall here. And as you see, I can use the bottom as a guide, because we're literally doing the exact same thing. As you see, when I get to this point, again this bit is only 1 block thick. And then extending out by 2 here, and then extending that across. And then 2 blocks out there, and then connecting with that point there. So you've done this correctly pretty much. This bottom part going all the way around should be identical to this top part going all the way around. And the next, moving to the back, just on this point here, I'm just going to place 2 white concrete there. I'm just going to build that up just till I meet the top. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this right hand side, placing 2 white concrete and then building that up, going all the way to the top, just there. And then I'm just going to fill in the rest of this blank area with this concrete. So this should create 1 solid white wall. And that'll give you something that looks like that. And then coming back to the front here, I'm just going to extend this black wall up by 1 more block, but this time using some white concrete. So I'm just going to place another loop going all the way around. And as you see, that will just neaten off our roof here. And then finally, I'm going to move back to the red concrete. I'm just going to fill in this little hollow area here. And I might add a torch there just because of bats and other stuff. And next up, moving back to the grey concrete. Just starting from this point, I'm going to place some there. Then I'm going to leave a gap, place another one, leave a gap, place another one, leave a gap, place another one, leave a gap, and then place another one to give us a pattern like that. And then I'm just going to extend each of these points, going all the way around until I meet with the white wall at the back there. So firstly, starting with this layer, and then with the second layer. And that should give us this stripy pattern. So that'll complete the right side. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the left hand side. So again, marking out the pattern just there, and extending these across and around. And that pretty much completes the main details of the exterior. So next up for the doorway here. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some more grey concrete. And I'm just going to place 2 there and extend that across. Just there. And then for the door, I've got some black stained glass panes and some deep slate tile walls here. I'm just going to place 1 pane on each side. And then I'm going to add a deep slate tile wall on top of each of those panes there. And then I'm just going to place 3 black stained glass panes on top of each deep slate wall there. And that'll complete our main entrance. So next up for some extra outside detail. So first up, I'm just going to grab myself some smooth stone. And I'm just going to replace all this red wall going around with all of this smooth stone. So just replacing this entire border. And then once that whole builder has been filled with smooth stone, I'm just going to fill in the rest of these grass areas with some more of the stone. And that'll give you something that looks like that. And then for some extra detail, I'm going to grab myself some oak leaves. And then just starting from this point here, I'm just going to place 4 oak leaves going across there. So that point this should align with this window just below it. Then I'm going to place 1 oak leaf just on the second block there. And I'm going to place 2 just going down like that. And that'll complete our little first bush. And coming to the left hand side, I'm going to place 2 oak leaves there. And then 2 just coming down. And that'll give us some extra greenery. And then to light up the entrance, I'm going to grab myself some redstone torches. And then starting on the right hand side here, I'm just going to place 1 at the top of each pillar there. And then I'm going to place 1 more torch just on the end pillar there. And then for some movie posters, I'm going to grab myself a painting. And just on this first one, actually, before I do that, with some temporary blocks, just going to kind of mark out some boundaries so we don't get all those unnecessary paintings. I'm just going to place the first painting there. So I'm just going to put the one that looks like a person there. Again, just marking off the boundaries. I then want the other painting. There we are, we've got the other one there. And that will act as our movie posters. Okay, and that is pretty much the main exterior complete. So now it's time to start decorating the interior. First, I'm going to start marking off all of the walls for this ground floor here. So for that first thing, I'm going to grab myself some black concrete. Oh, I just dropped that. Let me pick that up. And then just starting from this point here, I'm going to place 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 blocks going across there. I'm just going to extend that up by another 4 rows. So 2, 3, 4. So this wall should be 5 blocks high in total, level with these windows. And then I'm going to go around and then place 2 blocks coming out there, extending that up. so it's level with the wall. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2, placing another pillar of 5 just there. And then leaving a gap of 2, and then placing another 2 black concrete on the end there. And extending that up so it's 5 blocks high level with everything else. And then I'm going to grab myself some white concrete. And then just from where this middle point is, I'm going to add a wall just to divide these 2 rooms off. And this is going to be where the toilets are going to go. And then next, just coming back to the front here, I'm going to leave a gap of 5. And then go place another 2 black concrete there. So a gap of 5, and then just 2 black concrete there. And then I'm just going to extend this point up so it's 5 blocks high in total. And then just following this road to the other side, I'm going to place 2 just coming out of that side there and extending that up. So again, it's 5 blocks high. Oh, and just to fix a mistake I made, this point at the end should only be coming out by 1 block, not 2. And I'm coming back to the front here, just going around. I'm going to leave a gap of 2, then I'm going to place 3 black concrete there. And I'm just going to extend that up so it's 5 blocks high. And I'm just coming to the back here. I'm then going to place some more black concrete. And I'm just going to extend this across to build a back wall just going along here. And then I'm just going to extend this wall up again so it's level with everything else. So that should be 5 blocks high in total. So by marking all the walls out, you should end up with something that looks like this. So first up, I'm going to show you how to decorate the toilet areas. So starting with our first toilet area. First, I'm just going to grab myself some light grey concrete. And then just on this side here, I'm just going to place 2 there to begin with. I'm just going to extend that up so it's 4 blocks high in total. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 1 and then place another wall, which is level with the other one there. And then I'm just going to mirror that on the other side here. So again, placing 2 light grey concrete, building that up so it's 4 blocks high, leaving a gap, and then doing the same thing there. And that'll make up each of the cubicles. And then for a toilet design, I'm going to grab myself a hopper and an iron trapdoor. And I'm just going to place 1 hopper just in each cubicle for a toilet basin. And then for a toilet door, with this iron trapdoor, just going to place 1 trapdoor above each hopper. Just there. And then I'm also going to grab myself a lever. And I'm just going to place 1 just above each trapdoor, which I can flip open. Just there. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some black stained glass panes. I'm just going to place, firstly, 2 just on the top of each gap. Just there. And then for some doors, I'm going to grab myself an iron door and a lever. And first, I'm just going to place an iron door just on the outside of each cubicle with a lever just go inwards off that wall there. And that way you can open and close the door. Doing the same thing on the other side, placing the doors and then placing the levers. So if you want to know how you can open this toilet door whilst you're standing here, you can just jump and flick that lever open to enter. And then next, for a sink design, I'm going to grab myself a cauldron. I'm just going to place 1 cauldron in each of these corners there. Then I'm also going to grab myself a water bucket. I'm just going to place some water in each cauldron just there. And next, I'm then going to grab myself a tripwire hook. And I'm just going to place a tripwire hook above each cauldron for a tap design. And I'm moving back to the hopper for a hand dryer. I'm just going to place 1 hopper above, just there. And then finally, for the doors to each of the toilet areas, I'm just going to place 5 panes on each outer side, just there. And I might as well add some more panes just in this doorway on the right hand side, just there. And I'm also going to add 5 glass panes on each side of this main entrance to the cinema room, just there. Next up, it's now time to decorate the cinema snack shop where you can get all that lovely popcorn and stuff. So first up, for that, I'm going to grab myself some red concrete. And then using a technique I like to call Minecraft wallpapering, I'm just going to cover this whole black wall in a layer of red concrete just to give it a different colour. So that should give you a wall that looks like that. And then first, for the kitchen, I'm going to add some fridges here. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some pistons. And first, I'm just going to place 3 pistons on that side there, followed by another 3 just on the other side. And then I'm going to place another fridge on the other side as well. So again, 3 pistons on each side going into each other. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some white concrete. And then I'm just going to place a whole row of white concrete just in the middle here. And the next, for a popcorn machine design, firstly I'm going to grab myself an iron block and some glass and also an iron trapdoor. And then firstly, just on this point here, so the second point from the left fridge, I'm just going to place 2 iron blocks there to begin with. And next to that, I'm going to add 2 glass, and then on top, 2 iron trapdoors. And I'm just going to mirror that on this side. So 2 blocks of iron, 2 glass next to that, and 2 iron trapdoors on top. So next up, it's now time to make it look like the popcorn machines are filled up with some popcorn. So for one banner, I'm going to need a white banner, 2 yellow dye, and some white dye. And also a loom. Can't forget the loom. And then if you place that down, so white banner goes in. And then first up, I'm going to add this yellow brick pattern. Just there. Followed by a yellow stripe. And followed by some white dye. And with that top square pattern. So I've grabbed the banner. And then just by placing that in front of each of the glass, that'll make it look like the popcorn machines are all filled up. So you're going to need 2 of those banners in total. And then for the kitchen countertops, I'm going to grab myself some grey carpet. Firstly, I'm just going to place 1 carpet just in each of these gaps. And then I'm going to place 1 just on the side of each popcorn machine. And for a drink dispenser, I'm going to grab myself a stone brick stair. So I'm going to place 2 upside down there. And then for some cups, I'm going to grab myself a flower pot. Just place 2 just in the middle there. And then I'm also going to grab myself some item frames. Place them in front of each of the stairs. And then I'm also going to grab myself some dye. So I'm going to grab myself some brown and some orange. So I'm going to place some brown there. And then some orange there. Next up, it's now time to create the main front area of our snack shop. So for that, firstly, I'm going to grab some white concrete. I'm just going to place 1 on each end, just there. Then coming to the left hand side, I'm going to leave a gap of 2, place some white concrete, leave a gap of 2, and place some more white concrete there. And next up, I'm just going to destroy these 2 blocks in these gaps, just there. And then I'm just going to replace the floor with some grey concrete, just there. This is going to make room for all the popcorn display cabinets there, where the popcorn is all stored, ready to be served. Where the popcorn is all stored, ready to be eaten. So for that, I'm going to grab myself a smooth quartz slab. I'm just going to place 2 slabs just in these gaps, just there. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself a armor stand. I'm just going to place 1 armor stand on each quartz block, just like that. Next up, it's now time to add the popcorn. So there's 2 ways of doing this, and this will differ depending on if you're on Java or Bedrock. But as you see in the material count that I showed you at the start, you'll see the different materials you'll need for each version. So if you are playing on Java Edition, I'm going to show you how you can get a custom popcorn head. So if you click on the link that I've put in the description, it will take you to this custom heads website where you can see our popcorn head. So the way we can obtain this in Minecraft, I'm just going to copy this command for whatever version, and then if I head back into Minecraft, I'm going to give myself a command block doing /give @p and then Minecraft :command _block, and that give me a command block. I'm going to place that down and copy the command that we pasted from the website, and then if I just activate that command block with a button, that'll give me the popcorn head. And then I'm just going to place this head on top of each armor stand. And that'll give us our popcorn if you're in Java Edition. And for those of you in Bedrock Edition, you're going to need a leather helmet to begin with. And you're also going to need 1 yellow dye and 1 white dye per helmet. So I'm also going to grab myself a crafting table. So if I place a crafting table down, I'm going to place a leather cap in there with both of these dyes. And what that'll do, that's going to give us a popcorn coloured leather helmet. And I've also noticed if you're in Bedrock, if we just temporarily get rid of those armor stands, instead of slabs, you're going to need trapdoors on the bottom. Okay, so remember, this is just Bedrock users. So I'm just going to place 2 trapdoors on the bottom, and then now placing the armor stands. And then with the helmet we just created, I'm just going to place the helmet on each armor stand. And just by doing that, that gives us a popcorn coloured helmet, which can represent popcorn just in each section there. So with all the popcorn placed, it's now time for me to grab a cauldron. And then I'm just going to place 2 cauldrons, just 3 blocks up, just above each gap. Just like that. And then next I'm going to grab myself a piston. I'm just going to place a piston above each cauldron. So just facing down there. And then I'm going to grab myself a redstone block. I'm just going to place 1 on each set of pistons to push the first set of cauldrons down. And then removing the redstone blocks, returning to the pistons, then placing another 2 pistons under the previous ones we've placed. And then I'm going to destroy the top pistons. And then with the block of redstone, powering these next set of pistons, pushing them down. And then once they've been powered, it's very important that you destroy the piston first instead of the redstone block. Because if you destroy the redstone block first, it will leave the armor stand too high. So make sure you destroy the pistons first. And then the redstone block. And then just in front of each of these cauldrons, I'm going to grab myself a spruce sign. And then I'm just going to place a sign in front of each cauldron there. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some more glass. And then I'm just going to place 2 glass, 1 block above each bit of popcorn. Just there. And then using the same piston method as before, placing 2 pistons above each bit of glass. And then pushing each of these down. And then destroying the pistons first. And then the redstone blocks. And actually this creates some really nice popcorn display cabinets there, where the popcorn can be kept warm. And then after that, I'm going to grab myself an iron trapdoor. I'm just going to place 2 trapdoors on top of each glass block. And then to finish the counter, I'm going to grab myself a black stone slab. I'm just going to place 1 on top of each bit of white concrete. Just there. And then finally, for some menu boards, I'm going to grab myself some black wool. I'm just going to place 2 black wool on top of each iron trapdoor there. And then I'm also going to grab myself some chains, placing 2 chains on each bit of black wool. And then to finish off these menu boards, I'm going to grab a glowing item frame. I'm just going to place 1 in front of each bit of black wool. Just there. And then for the items that will be displayed, first I'm going to grab some pumpkin seeds, which looks like popcorn. And then I'm just going to grab myself some water for a drink there. So just in each of these item frames, I'm going to place some pumpkin seeds and a water bottle there. So just doing them in each item frame there. So with the menu boards up, that is the snack shop all complete. So next up, I'm now going to add some seating just to our main entrance area. So first I'm going to grab myself some red wool and also some smooth quartz slabs. And starting in this corner here, I'm going to place 2 red wool there. And then 2 smooth quartz slabs, leave a gap. 2 smooth quartz slabs, and then some red wool for our first lot of seats. And for our second lot, 2 smooth quartz slabs, leaving a gap. Another 2 smooth quartz slabs, and then 2 red wool. And then for our final lot of seating on this side, 2 smooth quartz slabs, leaving a gap. Another 2 smooth quartz slabs, and then finally some red wool on the end there. And then I'm also going to add another lot of seating on this other side. So starting from this corner, 2 red wool, 2 smooth quartz slabs, leaving a gap, another 2 smooth quartz slabs, and then red wool. And then finally another bit of seating on this side. So again, 2 red wool, 2 smooth quartz slabs, leaving a gap, another 2 smooth quartz slabs, and then some red wool there. And for some extra decoration, I'm then going to add a painting just above here. So here I'm going to add that big fight scene painting. So for that, I'm just going to add some temporary blocks for a guide so I get the right one. And then I'm just going to, just add some temporary blocks on the bottom there. And by doing that correctly, that'll give us the fight scene painting just there. And the next for a modern rug design, I'm going to grab myself some black, some white, and no, not some white, some red, and then some white carpet. And then just starting from this point, I'm going to go up 1. I'm just going to place 1 bit of black carpet there to begin with. And then above that, I'm going to place 2 red carpet. And above that again, 1 white carpet and some black carpet. And then going above that again, red in the middle, black on the left. And then going up, white on the right, and then a red above that. Then a black next to that. And then going up 1 more time, 1 more black, and then some white. And that'll give you a modern rug design just there. And the next up, for some queue barriers for the snack shop, I'm going to grab myself some red glass panes. For that, with these red stained glass panes, starting from this point just there, I'm going to go up by another 2. And on that block, placing a red glass pane there. And extending that so it's 4 across in total. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2 and place another 4 going across there. And that'll give us some queue barriers there. And for some extra detail at this back here, I'm also going to add some plants. So with a cauldron, I'm just going to place 2 in the middle there. And I'm also going to add myself some oak and spruce leaves. I'm going to place 1 oak leaf just on the left cauldron there, with a spruce leaf on top. And then finally 3 oak leaves on the right cauldron there. And the next up, for a ticket check-in station, I'm going to grab myself a spruce fence gate. If I can spell spruce, there we are. And then I'm just going to place 1 just on the right hand side there. And next to that, I'm then going to grab myself some white concrete. And then above that, I'm going to grab myself a black stone slab. Place 1 there. And then I'm also going to grab myself a spruce sign. Shift, and then place that just behind the trapdoor there. And then with a painting, I'm going to place 1 just there behind the sign. And then finally, I'm going to grab myself another item frame. Placing that on the white concrete. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some paper, which I'm going to put in the item frame to look like a ticket. So this is where all of your tickets can be checked. So once you've checked your ticket, you can then come through the entrance here, and then there'll be some stairs here, which will go up to the main cinema room. And then here, with a birch sign, I'm going to place a sign showing where people need to go to watch the film. So I'm just going to place viewing this way, and then I'm going to add some eyes going down there, followed by a V for a little downwards arrow just there. So yeah, that completes the decorations for the ground floor. So now it's time to start decorating the main cinema viewing room. So next up, I'm now going to show you how to start creating the main stairway, which will lead up to the main viewing room. For that, firstly, I'm going to grab myself some red carpet. And then just starting from this point here, I'm just going to place 5 going along like that. And I'm just going to place another 5 on the other side there. And after that, I'm then going to grab myself some black carpet. I'm just going to place 10 in the middle there. And the next, for the first part of the stairway here, I'm going to grab myself some red wool. And then just from this point, I'm just going to place 6 going up diagonally. Just like that. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some black stone stairs. So make sure they're the polished ones. I'm just going to fill the middle up with all of these. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some black concrete. And then just starting from this point, I'm just going to place a row of 6 going across there. And going around from that point, I'm just going to extend this all the way across until I meet with the other side there. And if I just come to the opposite side here, I'm going to build another row, extending this wall up. And then I'm just going to fill in the rest of this area to complete the first part of our next floor here. And the next up, just starting from this point here, I'm just going to follow this up until I reach the top part of this wall. And I'm just going to place one bit of black concrete there and extend that across to meet with the other side. And then I'm just going to extend this across just until I align with this entrance just there. And for some extra detail, I'm also going to grab myself a redstone torch. And just on every second block up on the stair, I'm just going to place one on each side. Just there. And next up, just facing the front section of our building here, I'm just going to place 4 black concrete above each of these pillars at the front. So starting from this point, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just doing that above each of these pillars. Just like so. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some glowstone and an iron trapdoor. And these are going to be for the main interior lights here. So just on each of these ends, I'm just going to place one bit of glowstone. Just like that. And then with an iron trapdoor, I'm just going to place one under each bit of glowstone. And then if I go to the other side here, just from this middle point here, I'm just going to place another 4 black concrete coming out. And then again, a bit of glowstone and an iron trapdoor just underneath there. And if I just come to the toilets here, just from this point, I'm going to go across 2 blocks. And then place one bit of black concrete there. And return to the middle, going across 2 blocks, so 1 and 2. Placing another bit of black concrete there. And then placing a bit of glowstone on the ends of them. And then another iron trapdoor just underneath. And that will finish marking out all of the lights. And the next, going back to the black concrete, I'm just going to fill in the rest of the remaining areas on the same level where the lights are. So by doing that, that will complete the roof for the ground floor here. So for example, if I just start where the toilets are, I'm just going to fill in this whole level with all the concrete here. So by the end, you should end up with something like this. As you see, all this ceiling has been covered. So now it's time to complete the rest of the stairs here. So going back to the black wall, from that point, I'm going to place one and then another one next to that and extend that across by another 2 blocks. And then moving back to the red wall, I'm just going to place 3 on the right hand side there and another 3 just extending outwards on the end there. And as you see, that will change the direction of our stairs. And the next, starting from this point, I'm going to place 4 red wool going up diagonally and another 4 opposite that. And then I'm just going to fill in these gaps with some more black stone stairs. And then just in this right point here, with the red wool, I'm going to place another 3 just after that. And next to that, I'm then going to add 2 black wool. And then moving back to the red wool, 1 on the end there, and then another 3 next to that. And just along this back here, I'm going to add another 5 red wool there. And then just in this middle section, I'm going to add some more black wool. And that will complete the main route up to the viewing room. Next up, moving back to the black concrete, I'm just going to place 1 block just at this point here. And then I'm just going to extend that across, so it's 4 long in total. And then I'm just going to place another 2 rows diagonally up. Just like this. So you should end up with something that slopes like that. And then just going to the left hand side here, I'm just going to place from that point 4 black concrete going across. And then 3, and then 2. So you should end up with something that looks like this. So you're just cleaning off that little bit there. And the next, from that point, I'm going to add an extra bit of black concrete there. And extend that across to the wall. And as you see, that will create a nice slope here. So you can easily get up and down the stairs. And the next up, just from this point here, I'm going to place a row of black concrete. Just going all the way to the end there. And I'm just going to extend this wall up. So it's 4 blocks high in total. So that should give you something that looks like this. And the next up, just in this little hollow area just here, I'm just going to fill that up with some more black wool. Next up, I'm going to grab some more of this black concrete, and then from that point there, I'm just going to place 1 black concrete there, leaving a gap of 2, and placing another one. So as you see, it should align with our path here. I'm just going to build these 2 points up, so they're 4 blocks high in total. So just adding another 3 blocks on each side there. And then just on the left hand side here, I'm just going to fill in all of this area. And then just going to this point here, I'm just going to place another 4 black concrete going up there. Then I'll leave a gap of 2 and place another 4 black concrete on the other side there. And to finish off those doors, I'm going to grab myself some more black stained glass panes. And I'm just going to place 4 on the side of the right hand side door there. And 4 on the side of the left hand door. And I'm also going to grab myself a spruce sign. I'm just going to call this viewing room. Just there. And then I'm just going to put a sign here which says staff only. And then moving back to the black concrete, I'm just going to place a row just here. I'm just going to build that up. So it's 4 blocks high in total, level with everything else. Just like that. And then for some extra decoration, I'm then going to grab myself a redstone torch. And I'm just going to place, starting from this point here. So 1 block above the sign and 2 blocks across. I'm going to place 1 redstone torch there. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 2, place a torch, leave a gap of 2, and place another torch. Just for a nice bit of decoration there. So now I'm going to show you how to create the cinema control room. So this is where all of the films are operated and stuff and stored. So first up, for the film storage cabinet, I'm going to grab myself some grey concrete, some grey shulker boxes, some item frames, and also a black music disc, which is known as stool. And then with the grey concrete on the side here, I'm just going to place 3 going up, and then leaving a gap of 2, and then placing 3 on the other side. And then moving to the grey shulker box, I'm then just going to place 6 in the middle there. And then with the item frame, I'm then just going to place 3 on each side, like that. And then with the black music disc, just placing 1 in each item frame there. And then moving to the other side, I'm now going to show you how to create the control panel. So for that, just going to place 6 grey concrete in a block like that. And then I'm going to grab myself some blackstone buttons, a redstone torch, and a lever. And with the blackstone buttons, I'm just going to place 3 on the left hand side there, plus 1 at the bottom on the right. And then I'm going to place a lever there, and then a redstone torch on the top. And then I'm also going to create a little desk here. So for that, going back to the grey shulker box, I'm just going to place 2 in the gap there. And for a quick laptop design, I'm going to grab myself a stone pressure plate and also a painting. I'm just going to place the pressure plate there with a painting just there. And that'll complete our laptop. So with the control room done, it's now time to start decorating the main cinema area itself. First up for the main cinema screen. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some light grey and some grey concrete. So first up, just coming over to the left hand side here. From that point, I'm going to go across 2 blocks. So 1, 2. And then I'm just going to place one bit of light grey concrete on that point. And then going over to the other side, from this point, going across another 2 blocks. So 1, 2. And on that block, placing some more light grey concrete. And then I'm just going to connect these 2 points together. Like that. And then sticking to the left hand side here, I'm then going to place another 7 blocks on top of this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And doing the same thing on the other side. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm just going to connect these 2 top points together. And that'll give us the rim of the screen. And then to fill up that screen, I'm just going to fill it up with some grey concrete. And that will complete the main cinema screen. And the next up for the floor at the front, firstly I'm going to grab myself some red and some black carpet. So first up, using the red carpet, coming to the left hand side here, I'm just going to place 2 in the little gap there. And I'm also going to place 2 on the other side. And I'm coming back to the left hand side. From this point, I'm just going to place 3 just there. And then placing 3 on the other side. And then I'm going to move to this black carpet. And then from that point, just on the right hand side here, I'm just going to place a whole row of black until I meet with the left hand side. And then I'm just going to fill in the rest of this area with the rest of this black carpet. So that will complete the front bit of our floor. So for all of this cinema seating, I'm going to be creating a sloping floor, which is going to slope up, and this will be where all the seats will be placed. So to start that off, I'm going to get myself some red wool. And starting on the left hand side here, just from this point here, I'm going to place 4 wool going across there. And then I'm going to go diagonally up 1, and then place another 4 wool there. I'm just going to repeat that another 2 times, just until I reach the back wall there. So I'm just going to mirror that on the other side. So starting from this point, placing 4 red wool, going diagonally up by 1, placing another 4 red wool, and then repeating that. So you should end up with something that looks like this. And then I'm just going to join these 2 top points together. So that will leave you something that looks like this. And the next, I'm now going to grab myself some black wool. And I'm just starting at this top area here. I'm just going to place firstly 3 on the left hand side there. And I'm just going to extend this along until I reach the other side there. And then for the next few parts of the floor, I'm also going to need some glowstone and an iron trapdoor for some extra lights. So starting on the left hand side, on this layer here, I'm just going to place firstly 2 black wool to begin with. Then I'm going to place some glowstone, and then 3 black wool, some glowstone, 3 black wool, some glowstone, 3 black wool, one final bit of glowstone, and then 2 black wool on the end there. So you should end up with something like this. And then on top of each bit of glowstone, I'm then going to add 1 iron trapdoor. Just like that. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing for these other 2 sloping levels here. So again, starting from this point on this next level, 2 black wool, glowstone, 3 black wool, glowstone, 3 black wool, glowstone, 3 black wool, glowstone, and then 2 black wool there. And then on top of each of the glowstone, adding another iron trapdoor. And then repeating again for this final level, 2 black wool, glowstone, 3 black wool, glowstone, 3 black wool, glowstone, 3 black wool, glowstone, and then 2 black wool on the end there. And then an iron trapdoor on top of each bit of glowstone there. And that'll make all of the lights for our cinema. And returning to the black wall, just starting from the bottom here. I'm just going to place 3 on the left hand side and extend that across to our meet with the other side. So again, I'm going to do this for the other levels as well. So by the end, you should end up with floor that looks like this. So next up, I'm now going to show you how to add all of the seating. So for that, I'm going to grab some red concrete and a smooth quartz slab. So for the first seat, just starting from this point here, I'm just going to place a C shape of 5 red concrete just there, with 1 smooth quartz slab in the middle. So that's pretty much the seat design. And I'm just going to do that for these other 2 gaps on this first level here. I'm just going to repeat this for the next 2 levels. So you should end up with something that looks like that. And then when you get to the back, this time there's only going to be 2 seats. So from that point there, placing another C shape of red concrete with a smooth quartz slab in the middle there. So if you've done that right, it should align with these other chairs. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 1, placing another C shape of 5 red concrete, and then 1 smooth quartz slab in the middle there. And the next, for some safety banisters, I'm going to grab some black stained glass panes. And then just starting from this point here, so it should be in alignment with that iron trap door, I'm just going to place this black stained glass going all the way across until I meet with the other iron trap door on the other side there. So I'm just going to repeat that for the next 2 levels. And then going to the top level here, again, from that point, placing another row of glass panes. Again, making sure I'm lining up with those iron trap doors there. And that'll give us our safety banisters. And then next up, to jazz up this cinema experience, we've got to add some popcorn and a few drinks here. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some item frames, some pumpkin seeds, and a flower pot. And then just on each of these seats, on the left hand side at the front, I'm just going to place an item frame. On each seat there. And then with these pumpkin seeds, which is going to represent popcorn, I'm just going to place these inside of each of the item frames. Just there. And then for a drink, with this flower pot, placing 1 on the other side of each seat. Just there. And then, to complete the cinema experience, of course we're going to need some speakers. So for the speaker design, I'm going to grab myself a hopper, some grey concrete, and also a black stone button. And then firstly, starting on this left hand side, just in alignment with that safety banner there. Just from this point, I'm just going to count up another 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And on that block, I'm going to place a hopper there with 2 grey concrete on top there. And then 2 black stone buttons. And that'll give us our first speaker. I'm just going to mirror that on the other side. So again, counting up 3 from here. So 1, 2, 3. Placing a hopper, 2 grey concrete on top, and then 2 black stone buttons to finish. And then for the next set of speakers, coming back to the other side. From this point here, so again, making sure we're aligning with that safety banner. I'm just going to go up 1 block, place a hopper, 2 grey concrete on top, and then 2 black stone buttons. And then mirroring that on the other side. So again, going up 1 block, hopper down, 2 grey concrete, and 2 black stone buttons. And then one final thing we need a projector. So for a projector design, I'm going to grab myself a beacon, an iron trapdoor. And then just above this right seat at the back here, from this point here, I'm going to go up 2. And I'm just going to place the beacon there, with an iron trap door just underneath it. And that'll give us our projector. And then for some extra bits of lighting, with some redstone torches, I'm just going to place, firstly, one underneath each speaker on, just on the back here. And then another 2 torches, one on that side, on the other side, then repeating that another 2 times, just on each side there. Now add some nice extra decorative lights. Oh, and then coming back downstairs, just to light up this food area here, I'm going to grab some regular torches. I'm just going to place one just in these gaps here, light that area up. But yeah, with those extra lights added in, that is all of the cinema interior all complete. So now all the cinema needs is a roof. I'm just going to fill the whole of this top level with all this black concrete. So just starting from this point here, I'm just going to fill all of this level up. So by the end, you shouldn't end up with something that looks like this. So with the roof filled in, that is our cinema all complete. So I hope you did enjoy this tutorial, and I hope you are pleased with the final result. And as always, if you did enjoy this tutorial, I'd highly appreciate a little click on that like button, as it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. But yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day.